phoning it in. This clip, I'll just be going over some of the misunderstandings that people have about the use of their mobile phone. So, in quite a lot of clips, it's commonly put across that we don't use our phone when we're out and about. And for those of us who are still able to go out and about, don't be walking along, texting people. Don't walk along with it stuck to your face. Definitely don't walk along with it out in front of you on the speakerphone. Then there's the conflicting thing of have your phone on you and be talking to a friend while you're walking home. Now, if it's a regular everyday occurrence and you're just out and about, whether be shopping, walking to your mate's house or whatever, then you shouldn't be on your phone. When you're on your phone, you advertise what type of phone you've got. If it's a valuable phone, it's a safe bet that if I'm trying to, looking on mugging you, if I see that you've got a valuable phone, it's a safe bet to me that you've probably got other valuables on you, so it then makes it worth my while to mug you. One quick thing that I saw a few weeks ago, a girl was walking through town, past me at 10 o'clock at night when I was working on the doors, and she was holding her phone like this. So not in an actual hand, where she's got a good grip, but just the very, very bottom of it like that. And she had it, and in the back of her case, she had a bank card and she had 2 folded £20 notes. So straight away, I know that if I was to mug her, I'd get the phone, however valuable that is. It's in a case, meaning I can get rid of the case and there won't be any fingerprints on the actual phone itself to link it to me. And I also know that I'm going to come away with at least 40 quid in ready cash and whatever I might be able to do with the bank card. So she was a very stupid person for doing that, quite frankly, because she's advertising, what valuable she's got. When you walk around with a phone, you are distracted. You don't have your full awareness. It's the same reason we don't wear headbuds, earbuds, and we don't have our hoods up. By having the phone, she's lost in that conversation. She will be walking on autopilot, going to wherever it is she's going. If you do need to use the phone for whatever reasons, as I've mentioned in a previous clip, find a shop, go into the shop, stand by the inside of the door, talk, be on the phone with your back against the wall so no one can sneak up on you. Do the exact same thing if you need to reply to a text. If it's not an urgent call and it's not an urgent text, you don't need to stop in the middle of the road or in the middle of the pavement, wherever you might be, middle of the path, and then reply to it. If you are going to do this, do not stop dead centre of the middle of the path or the middle of the walkway. It's not so much a self-defense thing, but it's just incredibly rude for you to stop dead centre of the path and make everyone else walk around you. Go off to the side so you're not in people's way. That's just basic manners. Now, the flip of this is if you're walking home by yourself, whether it be day or night, and you're on the phone with your friend. This is where people get it wrong, because they go, well, I'll be on the phone with my friend, and that way if something happens, I can just tell my friend over the phone. You're not there, in this case, to just have a simple chat. The idea is that as you're walking home on the phone with your friend, you need to be giving a running commentary of where you are and what's around you. So you need to be saying, I'm on A Street. I've just turned the corner onto B Street. I'm about 20 feet from turning onto C Street. There's a guy in his doorway at number 21. It's a green door. The guy, he's looking at me. No, he's just put his fag out to come back. You need to be giving a running commentary so that should somebody come over and attack you, your friend doesn't just get you screaming down the other end of the phone. It should be if someone's coming across to you, you should be able to say, I've just entered E Street. There's a guy on the other side of the road about 20 feet away from me wearing a red jacket. He's got big, thick rimmed glasses. Oh, he's coming over to me. He's asking me for something. Whatever. You need to be giving a running description of who you see, where you are. That way, it makes it easier for your friends to either come and help you should you need it. It's also a description that you're giving to your friends so that when you phone the police, you've got both accounts of what this guy looks like. Because oftentimes, what will happen is something will happen to us. We go to give a description of the guy, and we'll get things wrong. That's why all security workers, security staff, should always have a notepad and a pen on them, so that as soon as the incident is over, you scribble down as many details as you can remember, because even just after a few hours, you will have forgotten things or misremembered things. So that's how you use a phone in self-defense when you're walking home. You need to be giving a running commentary to your mate, and you don't stop, you don't hang up until you're inside your building with the door closed and locked. Too many people hang up as soon as they get on the street. Yeah, I can see my front door from here. Right, I'll see you later, mate. And they hang up. Just because you're on your street doesn't mean you won't get attacked. It's the same mentality that happens when people will be really alert and aware, and as soon as they get in the car, they close the car door and they just switch off. Well, the car door isn't locked. Yeah, a bad guy who's got the physical capability of attacking you and hitting you, he's also got the physical capability of opening a door. So just because you're on your street doesn't mean that they won't attack you. A few weeks ago, I mentioned it in another one of the clips, there was a woman who was stood basically in her doorway at 3:30 in the morning, and a guy charged at her from the other side of the road, came out of an alley, just ran at her, and luckily she was able to just sort of fall back into her doorway and slam the door shut, that nothing else happened. You can't switch off until you're behind a locked door, is the thing here. So when you're on your phone, one, if it's an average everyday out and about type of thing, don't be on the phone. Two, if you absolutely must take the call or must reply to the text, go in somewhere where you're out of the way of people, where you've got your back against the wall and where you're inside a shop. Just standing off to the side of the wall won't do it, because when you're here like this, someone can still run past you, grab it, or run up to you while you're distracted by your phone and crack you up. If you're inside a shop, that's not as likely to happen. People aren't going to actually come into a shop to get you, because most shops these days inside are on camera. If you are going to walk home alone, whether it be day or night, make sure you're on the phone to a friend who's nearby, or close enough nearby, and give them a running commentary. Don't stop the running commentary until you are behind a locked door. The other point that people make, that they forget about and they make a mistake with the mobile phone, is if you should be attacked, whether you just run away or whether you physically have to defend yourself, regardless, if you are attacked by somebody, you need to phone the police. Don't do this whole thing of, oh, well, they won't do anything anyway. They never do anything. The majority of times when we think, well, the police don't do anything, it's because no one's actually reported it to them. There's been a slew of attacks on women in Chester recently in the student area. I've mentioned this in some of my other clips. A lot of the students I've spoken to go, well, no, they haven't told the police. The police have only been told about one or two of these attacks, when there's been between about 5 or 7 of them. Allegedly, we know of 3 of them that actually did take place, that I'm willing to say they actually definitely did. I believe the people who are saying it. The others, I haven't spoken to the people who were attacked, so it's in the air. But between 5 and 7 attacks, and the police have only been told about 1 or 2. I was also told that the police said, well, the first attack didn't occur on camera, so there's nothing we can do about it. That, I think I mentioned it in another clip, that's absolute nonsense. Getting away from the subject of the clip, use your phone to phone the police once you are behind a locked door. So as soon as you're safe, phone the police. If you can, immediately start to jot down details about the person who attacked you. Hopefully this won't happen. If you are finding yourself in a position where you're walking home and you're having to call a friend, either walk as a group or get a taxi. If you are going to get a taxi, make sure it's a respected, reliable, well-known, licensed taxi service. But if you do find yourself in a situation, be on the phone. If it's not an immediate self-defense type of situation, don't be on the phone at all. Keep it in your pocket, keep it out of sight. Any questions, comments, queries, or suggestions, let me know. Until next time, train hard, train smart, stay safe.